You know those traveling days that just make you question your whole existence and why you ever decided to go on holiday? This was one of those. So come with me to Plovdiv in Bulgaria to see my favourite band King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard on their European residency tour. Our day started at 1 a.m. We had to leave at 2 to drive to Stansted Airport from Birmingham, which is 2.5 hour drive. And Stansted Airport is now my personal hell. I've flown from Heathrow before and I thought that was bad, but Stansted was actually so much worse. Only made slightly better by a Wetherspoons breakfast. Guys, this was £15, by the way. So our flight was at 7:30 a.m. and of course, because we were flying with Ryanair, there was some kind of issue. We got on the plane eventually after queuing outside it for ages, and then they told us it was going to be half an hour delayed, and I wasn't sitting anywhere near my boyfriend and there was no signal, so I was just literally sitting there staring into space. And yes, this vlog is going to be very complainy. I'm sorry about that, but we arrived in Sofia and the heat was intense. It was so oppressive, but the airport was really nice actually. We then had to get the metro to the train station, which I thought would be like 10 minutes, but it was actually 40 minutes. And we met people later on in our trip that told us that there was a much easier way to do this that we didn't do, so that's annoying. And next up was a 3-hour train journey to Plovdiv with very limited air conditioning and the most disgusting toilets with no toilet paper, so I literally could not have a wee for the whole 3 hours. We arrived in Plovdiv around 7 p.m. and we decided to just walk to our Airbnb because we just couldn't figure out the taxi system, and the city was gorgeous. It really was so nice, and I started to feel a little bit calmer at this point. There was this big part of us that literally just wanted to crash out in the Airbnb as soon as we got into it, because it was a really nice Airbnb with amazing air conditioning, and as you can see here, it's just so nice and spacious, and it had 2 balconies, and considering how cheap it was, we were really happy with it. But I had actually read online about these singing fountains in this local park in Plovdiv, so we decided to just force ourselves back out. We got the bus and we headed into the old town where there was this gorgeous park and these singing fountains, and every Saturday at 9:30 p.m. these fountains were supposed to sing, so we just sat there and waited for that, and I was so excited. My boyfriend said that it was a bit underwhelming, but I thought it was gorgeous, and that was our first day in Bulgaria.